Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of the Skeshbook podcast, the number one art podcast in the Milky Way galaxy. Isn't that right, Praveen?
Yes.
that was a very slow yes. Anyways, in this podcast, we're going to be talking about a bunch of random things like the philosophy of YouTube, which started out as how to grow your YouTube channel, but we just completely went from like YouTube channel to Tom Cruise and Will Smith and to Mr. Beast, right? We're talking about the overall mindset that people needs to have when it comes to growing your YouTube channel, the underlying philosophy. It's more of a rant podcast, but I think it's very useful. I learned a lot of things. And in the next episode, we'll be talking about specific tips and strategies. So that'll be a 2-part podcast. This is going to be a 2-part podcast.
Yep. It was a rant, but it was a creative one. So if you're creative enough, you'll know what's in there. So you better watch it if you're creative.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the intro.
That's the intro. All right, welcome to the podcast. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Well, so how are things? So I just want to sort of start things off casually.
Yes.
Going to be talking. This is going to be a long podcast. This is something that I've been thinking about for a while, and I thought doing a podcast might actually help clarify things.
Okay. What were you thinking about?
YouTube in general. Why some YouTubers do really well, some don't. And why some YouTubers are still doing content and are still relevant even after 10 years, 10, 11, 12 years. Why some like the gump.
Don't.
They used to, yeah. They used to be the Mr. Beasts of YouTube.
Right.
On their heyday, and right now you don't even hear about them. Right. So I've been thinking about all these things, and also the social media trap, which we did a video about, right?
Yeah.
On the main channel. Go and check that out. By the way, before we start, we need to include our sponsor, Drawing Camp.
Drawing Camp.
Yeah, Drawing Camp. Yeah. Anyways, quick thing. That's my art program. If you ever wanted a structured, good follow along program where you just need to sit down 20 to 30 minutes a day, start from scratch without knowing crap about drawing, to getting to my level of drawing abilities, the way I draw, the way I do illustration, the way I cartoon, the way I character design, Drawing Camp is the one for you. Check the links down below in the description. The first chapter is free, and I also have a free head drawing course. Check it out. That is a thing. That is a thing, Praveen.
All right. So you want to talk about how to stay on YouTube for a long time?
I want to talk about. So here are the topics, the questions that we are addressing for the podcast. Every podcast, we start out with a question. Why? Good questions. Ask good questions.
You get good answers.
Yeah, exactly. Right? That should be like a t-shirt. Right? So we are going to tackle a couple of questions. Number 1. How to grow your YouTube channel. 2, why should you grow your YouTube channel? Should you even grow your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Should you even have a YouTube? Why have a YouTube channel? Right?
I think the questions after the first one usually comes to your mind once the first one doesn't work out.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't grow your YouTube channel now. Okay, do I need to start a YouTube channel?
That is the thing, right? That is the thing. And then there's a third question, which is what are the particular tips, tricks, strategies, underlying philosophies that one needs to keep in mind while doing this thing. Those are the 3 questions that we're going to go through this podcast.
Great.
Yeah.
Gonna be learning a lot this time.
Oh, yeah. Don't make it into a learning session.
I mean, not just.
No, so the thing is, what I'm trying to do with these podcasts is, 1, I want to think out loud. I've talked about this before. Clarify my thoughts by saying those things out loud. Right?
All right.
Except we're doing that in a public forum, so if I say anything controversial,
that's gonna be bad.
Keshav cancelled tomorrow. Anyways, before that, Praveen, we need to address one very important thing.
Yeah. What
is that? It involves a screwdriver. Just kidding.
I'm so blank right now.
No. Last podcast, right? When we were talking about mini habits
Yes.
in one of the podcasts, I don't know which episode was that, you promised yourself that you will do one push-up every day.
Yes.
What happened to that?
I did stop eating waffles.
Yeah, okay.
It's a good start, I think.
You never ate waffles in the first place.
That was a joke.
I'm the one who needs to stop eating waffles.
All right. Thing is, I've actually joined the gym.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been actually working out.
For how so you're going to the gym every day, and what is it, the second week?
This is the second week, yeah.
Second week or the third week?
This is second week.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I thought you were saying like, you're going to the gym for... Oh, you're talking about wanting to go to the gym for like...
Yeah, for a while.
3 months.
And I finally did it. Somehow the one push-up thing kind of made me feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm like doing one push-up a day. So, I was like, you know what, maybe I should start working out.
Good.
Yeah.
See?
Was that the idea?
That more like for the way I use it is, okay, today I did one pull-up. Then I was like, I'm going to press play on that workout video that I signed up for. I pressed play and I worked out for like an hour, 15 minutes. An hour, yeah. Good solid hour. Good leg workout.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your whole like forming a habit is basically I'm going to make you look like an idiot. So you actually do more.
That is one reason. Definitely. That is the main idea. Make you look like an idiot. Second reason is, more tangible reason is, James Clear says this, right? The Atomic Habits guy. He says optimize for the start. Rather than optimizing for the entire thing. Optimize for the start. Just make sure you start doing something. The rest will eventually take care of itself. Yeah. If you do this, say, if you work out 3 to 4 times a week, 5 times a week for the next 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be a lot.
That's going to be a lot of working out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Instagram posts and shirtless pictures. Abs. Do you want to get some? Why do I sound like a Radio Shack? Anyways, enough of the blabbering.
Yeah. Back
let's get into the thing.
Topic.
What's the topic again? All right, YouTube. How to grow your YouTube channel. Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, I do.
Do you know that I have a YouTube channel?
Really?
Nobody knows that.
I just thought I was editing videos for nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can watch it at home later.
That's exactly why we're doing it. So yeah, you have a YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel.
Wow.
Couple has a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, I do actually.
Yeah, Couple, by the way, is sort of, yeah, he's our behind the camera guy right now.
It's just for this podcast, by the way.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, depends on how he handles the camera. So Couple has a YouTube channel, right? And you guys want to grow your YouTube channel?
No, we've been trying.
I want to grow my YouTube channel. But the thing is, right? So first thing is, obviously we're going to talk about how to grow your YouTube channel. But before even that, right, answering that particular question, right, we need to first address this question of why we're asking this first question in the first place.
Right.
And that sounded like a joke, but it's not.
Right. It's like,
it's more like this. Think about it. Why do you want to grow your YouTube channel? Why? Why would you want to grow your YouTube channel? Like, just take me through it.
Right. So I think like social media it's a huge platform, right? Like I feel like we can all be independent, but that way it feels that way at least.
So it's a tool where you can use to build your business.
Yes.
Yes. Obviously.
I mean, eventually you are working for a huge audience, but at least you get the choice to like start what you want to do. You know? just like I'm like, am I saying this right?
No, that is 111% true, right? So that is one, to grow your business, obviously, right, and for me, the reason why I'd like to grow my YouTube channel is a couple of reasons. One, I treated YouTube like my body of work itself. Like, I didn't come on YouTube at the start. I started in 2010, 11. Right. And I didn't come here to say grow my following. I came here because I liked making YouTube videos. I'm coming from guys watching people like Casey Neistat's old short films.
Right.
He used to make these really nice short films, like I Love You Instagram. That's literally the name of the short film. Right. It's a short film about why he loves Instagram. Okay. And iPod's dirty secret. And then I come from like people like Charlie is so cool like. He used to be the big YouTuber. He was the first ever, fun fact, he was the first ever YouTuber from the UK to ever cross 1 million subscribers.
Oh, wow. From the UK?
From the UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know who was the first YouTuber to cross 1 million subscribers. That must be interesting.
I never really thought about that.
we should. Wait, PewDiePie's over 100 million?
Yeah, he's on 100 million.
Jeez, wow.
Yeah.
God, wow. That's a lot of people. Anyways. So, right, that I was coming from, so I treated YouTube like my short film thing. And then obviously I thought it will put my work out there, my name out there, which I can eventually use to either build my business, get in opportunities and, go through doors, different kinds of doors in terms of work.
Oh, really? You had like that perspective of building a business?
Yes, not business. I didn't know what was business back then.
Yeah.
What the reason I had was, okay, if I put my work out there, people might see it, and all I need was 1 or 2 or 3 right people to see it in order for me to actually, to get the right job. But actually, one of the key reasons I started YouTube was back in 2010, not exactly a lot of opportunities for the kind of films and videos, the kind of work, artistic work that I want to do here in India.
Right. Yeah.
Right. YouTube wasn't even a thing back then. I mean, in India.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't even a thing back in US. I mean, it was sort of a thing.
2010 was like, I think.
Yeah, it was like, YouTube was like TikTok in 2010 in the US. In India, it's like not even a thing. Like very few people watched YouTube. Right. And it wasn't a thing. So I thought, it might be my way to get out of the country and go to places where opportunities lies. And thanks to the Geo revolution, internet was widely, became available in India. And then everyone signed up for YouTube. YouTube is a major thing, and everybody wants to come here. Actually,
yeah, true. 1 billion of us.
I'm seeing folks from Zimbabwe making content in Tamil. It's like, whoa, bro, hold on a second.
I think I saw the same guy. He's like dancing to the
Tamil songs. It's like, yeah,
let's go.
So that was sort of fun to sort of see the things happening like that. So that is the reason why I started YouTube. Right. And I think we need to first answer that question. Why do you want to do YouTube? Is it just to simply gain followers, to gain views, gain likes, that, blah, 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 blah. And that is important because this is where we sort of come to our first question before we answer come to our second question before we answer even our first question, which is how to grow our YouTube channel. Our second question is, do you even want to grow on YouTube? So this podcast, right, I want to sort of like make it into like an all-rounded thing, which is replace YouTube with any other social platform. How to grow your following on Instagram,
right?
YouTube, TikTok, this, that, all that thing, without falling into the social media trap, which, by the way, we made a video about. People should go check that out. We'll talk about the trap that people fall into, that I fall into, which led me to waste a couple of years here and there. It sucks, right? So that is one thing. The second question, right?
So why even start YouTube? Like, what's your reason?
I told you my reason.
Right. No, as in like, that's the question. I'm not asking.
Oh, yeah.
As in like, it's like I'm rephrasing the question, right?
That is the main thing. That is the main thing. I wanted to ask you this. Why do you want to grow your YouTube channel, and why not MySpace? MySpace is still there, actually.
It is. See, I think
why
that's
do you not want it?
I didn't even know it was there yet.
It's a very important question right here, because it's gonna bring you some important insights for yourself. Why do you not want to grow your following on MySpace?
I feel like not a lot of people use it.
Say that again.
That's it. I don't think a lot of people not a lot of eyeballs in there.
right? So the key thing is people actually want to grow their following on platforms where the attention is.
Yes.
So if YouTube loses its attention tomorrow,
right.
I don't think it will.
Yeah.
Right. But it's slowly transforming into a different monster than it used to be.
Yeah.
Right. Oh God, why do I keep losing my train of thought?
There's so much
going on in my head, right? So the idea is go to platforms or be on, or you focus on platforms where the attention is and adapt your thing to that particular platform's context, right? That is the key principle of social media growth. We should be talking about principles actually. True. Principles, right? Principles of communication, human communication.
Yeah.
Which could apply to social media, TV, radio, television, or whatever new form of communication that's going to come later on. I know we're sort of going larger and larger and larger.
Yeah, but right? I think that's where it leads to the solution.
Yeah, I think so too. Because these tactics, right? Little tactics. Oh, put 3 hashtags on your Instagram post.
Right.
Put reels. All these things goes away.
But I think that's the thing. I think that's where attention is right now.
Yeah.
That's where people are.
No. True. Yeah. Right. It's good to focus on tactics, but you got to layer that tactic on top of a religion or a philosophy. Yeah, right. It's at least that's my personal perspective, which is you tactics are like cherry, right, or frosting on top of the cake,
right.
But you need a cake, right? You need a cake to put the frosting on, and that's how I see it is. And this podcast could possibly be about social media principles or growth on social media principles. So the first principle is right. You go where the attention is.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that am I?
I think so. No, I mean, yeah, for sure. Because anything you want to do, like, I think you have to start from the beginning, right? So you go on social media. That means you want other people to watch you. So that itself is like you. So that means you want attention.
Yeah.
And I think even you sometimes you feel like chasing attention feels weird. And I do get where we come from. Like that is. We feel like it's a bad thing to do, but then if you really think about it, I think that's what any of us is doing anywhere.
Right. You know what? Something really cool happened to me yesterday. I was watching a lot of these former YouTubers documentaries. I mean, meaning in the sense I was watching this channel called Sunny V2. Okay. Right? So this guy was making videos about like the rise and fall of PewDiePie. Okay, PewDiePie is not fallen, but maybe more like the rise and fall and the rise of PewDiePie, right? And the rise and fall of FuzzyTube,
right?
How Rice Gum of former
Rose.
Mr. Beast,
right? It's a hell of a title. How Rice Gum rose, how Rice Gum fell, like
Rice Gum ain't sticking anymore, right? So that watching all these videos, man, trust me. One was very insightful. It was actually sort of weird to see so many of these guys were like, talk about Tobuscus for a second, right? Tobuscus, Hannah.
What?
Grace, no, not Hannah. Grace Helbig, right?
Okay.
Do you know who Grace Helbig is?
No.
Couple doesn't know. Why are you laughing, couple?
No, I mean, he clearly lost you there.
Yeah. When you said Hannah twice, I was like, Montana? Like, where are we going here?
Hannah,
then you said Grace, I'm like, anatomy? Like, what have you been watching?
No. Grace Helbig, not Hannah, I got her name wrong. I mean, Grace Helbig, former big YouTuber. Tobuscus, this guy was like, Jake Paul. Not, I wouldn't say Jake Paul, but like good kind of Jake Paul. Right?
Wait, who?
Tobuscus.
Okay.
Toby, that's his name.
Okay.
Tobuscus.
Okay. Was this like, is he still on YouTube?
Yeah, he was known for this popular show called Orange.
Okay.
Not Orange. Don't say Orange is the New Black, not that show. No, the Orange. The Annoying Orange.
Okay. It's on YouTube now.
You haven't heard of that show?
No, I haven't. No.
The point that I'm trying to make here is this. When people start out on YouTube, the point I'm trying to not make, the point I'm trying to think about and explore, which is when we start out on YouTube, we always have this, I want to be a big YouTuber, Right. I want people remember me. Once I reach 1 million, 2 million subscribers, people are gonna remember me.
Right.
Right. That is like key, something that people just, it's an innate thing that just drives them like crazy. Right. I've noticed that. One of the reasons, right? Am I saying something?
It's like I don't know. Do you always think like when you started, like were you like, I want to be a big YouTuber? I think more like I want to form a community for myself, like where anything I post, people will watch it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I wasn't that politically correct in phrasing that when I started out. when I was like, oh man, I'm gonna be a big YouTuber. When I be a big YouTuber, a lot of people are gonna see me. If I put out my work, a lot of people will see that work. Right? And I'll be famous. I mean, I was obviously young. Right? I was an idiot.
No, I don't blame it. I would love to chase fame, though everybody's like, that's bad.
Yeah, it's not a question of morality right here. I'm not trying to question whether fame is a good thing to chase or not, which is not going to be the discussion of this particular podcast, right? But the point I'm trying to explore is this. All right, you became the big YouTuber. But when you're setting out to become the big YouTuber, you're like looking at the top YouTubers of your current time, like Mr. Beast and the Paul brothers or whoever you admire. Obviously, and I don't admire I like the way Mr. Beast does his thing. Right? But I've not watched his videos. I'm not able to watch his videos. It's not my thing. Right? Even Logan Paul's stuff. Right? I used to like his vlogs, but man, I couldn't watch his new stuff anymore. I don't think he's putting out anything.
Exactly not.
Right? And Casey Neistat.
So, I think that's someone you admire. Right?
I admire, exactly. Right?
Yeah.
But he was on the top of the world when he was on the top of the world.
Right.
And he wasn't anymore. The point I'm trying to make is this, when I had that want to become a big YouTuber and most people achieve that, and after a couple of years, they're gone.
Oh, is it like nobody thinks about sustaining that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks about sustainability. People always think about just reaching that milestone.
Right.
1 million, 2 million.
Right.
What after that? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. After you reach 1 million, most of the time it goes like this. People reach their results and then they get bored and they just try to maintain, right?
Yeah.
And I admire sort of Casey Neistat about that, which we got to that point of where he felt like he was maintaining. He stopped.
Okay.
He said like that takes a lot of courage, trust me, to actually put a stop to a really good thing before it dies out.
Right.
He could have just kept on making vlogs to a point where his vlogs only get like 100,000, 200,000 views per episode. But he stopped it at the high point. So it was like,
So he doesn't post anymore.
As he posts when he wants to. Right? He posts videos and vlogs when he wants to. And he still has something going on. I don't know what he's doing, to be honest. But I kind of like the way he's doing it. And I think he's mostly clueless about it. The way obviously I don't know him. I'm just judging him based on all the things that I'm seeing as a fan and the way I see it. Right? And then this cluelessness is actually giving birth to something nice, maybe, I don't know. So anyways, right? The point that I'm trying to make here is this whole myth of being on the top, it's not going to last long. Right? So what I think I should be aiming for with my own YouTube is I'm trying to create a body of work that I like, and at the same time use YouTube and as a tool to put myself out there, to show people that I exist, and to show people not that should be like the underlying thing. It's the lowest level of importance for me. The main goal is create a good quality body of work that I like, and then just use it as a marketing tool. Right?
But you mentioned two things there. One, you like the fact that people reach their milestone, and then once it starts to become something that they need to maintain,
yeah,
or something like that, they drop when they're on top, right? Like
they drop when they're on top.
Yeah, that's nice. I didn't even expect that to rhyme. Sounds too cringe. 2,
all right,
sustainability.
Yeah.
What are you aiming for? Like, what should I aim for, or anybody? What do you think is a good
personal question? We'll get to that. We'll get to sustainability as a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to sort of get on this idea, the myth of being the big YouTuber,
Right.
and how it might not always last, because all these guys rise come to Buscus FoozyTube,
Yeah.
right? That guy put in the work and the work and the work to a point where his mental health really deteriorated.
Right.
And it was sort of sad. He was a very... I remember him seeing some... I don't watch his content regularly at all.
Okay.
Like, I've watched 1 or 2 of his videos, but I know who he is,
Yeah.
right? It was sort of sad to a point where someone who's got that much amount of dedication overdid it to a point which it really ruined himself.
Right.
His mental health, his whole thing, right? So that is where I'm thinking we need to create some sort of a way where we make videos or we make content that adds to our portfolio, our body of work, and at the same time we're able to sustain it. So that means not aiming for the short-term results of getting 1 million subscribers, 2 million subscribers, placing less importance on things like numbers, views, likes, comments, subscribers, rather than focusing on adding value and creating this body of work, which in turn over time compounds.
Right.
That is a key word that I'm sort of trying to say there. I think that sentence, which I just said there continuously, is like the summary of this,
Right.
the podcast and the goal that I'm sort of aiming for, sort
Okay.
of something like that. Something like that, man. So that is the thing. That is the thing. So should you even focus on YouTube, you should go to platforms where the attention is.
Right. Yeah.
That is the thing.
And so obsession, right? So, FoozyTube or anybody, like, I think if you're not obsessed, especially with such high competition such as YouTube or just social media in general, I don't think if you're like obsessed enough, you can't really
Go to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I feel.
You need that obsession.
Yeah.
But you gotta maintain or balance that obsession with. It's like this. Yeah, don't be a reckless driver. Be a powerful driver is what I say. When I try to go on the road in my car, right, I go fast within speed limits, of course, legally speaking. They're arresting YouTubers. Did you know that?
It's been happening
In
for
India.
a while.
I'm properly driving within the legal speed limits. So I go fast, but not a reckless speed, but a controlled form of speed.
Right.
You slow down when you need to slow down,
Right.
but you fasten when you need to fasten up, right?
Right.
But you need to also do this called maintaining your pace, right? Can you maintain the same level of pace in the long term,
Right.
right? That is the thing that I'm thinking. I'm thinking of Tom Cruise's career. Like that sort of, it's interesting for me. And no way, shape or form I'm comparing any of us to Tom Cruise.
In any way.
But think about it. No, he's a content creator if you simplify it.
Yeah,
right?
true. Yes.
He makes these multi-million-dollar movies.
Yeah. Right.
And does these crazy stunts.
Yes.
Right. But if you look at his career, he makes movies he's been on the top for a very long time, sustainably, right? In the right way. And for some reason, man, I'd like to sort of, ask these questions to Tom Cruise, how he thinks about choosing the right kinds of projects and sort of working his way, maintaining that, because he's always on the top right now.
But I feel like he's just maintaining now. I don't think he's like choosing projects.
No,
If you
I
really
mean, think
about
about it. I mean, Mission Impossible. He's sort of safe with his projects.
Right.
No, I wouldn't say safe. He's taking some risks, actually. He's one of those very few big stars who actually takes risks.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
Think about it. At his top level, right?
Right.
Vanilla Sky. That is not an
Right.
A-list,
Yeah, true.
A-lister movie,
Yeah, true.
right? Last Samurai. That I like that movie. It's not like a very artsy film, but it's a beautiful film. But that is no A-lister movie. It has got some action sequences and all that. He and Milkman. What is that?
What?
No.
He made a
Man.
movie called Milkman.
I forgot the name.
Tom Cruise made a movie called Milkman.
Yeah, he made a Milkman.
Oh God.
He was giving people. I don't know, he was the milkman in that movie. Anyways, I forgot the name of the movie. Few Good Men. Wait. Oh yeah, Few Good Men. It's a fantastic film.
Yeah.
That is no movie for an A-lister. Right?
Are you sure? What? But I thought it is.
No, because the movie was good and Tom Cruise was in it.
Right. Yeah. So I kind of wanted you to say that. So I feel like he chose those movies because he knew like once he's in it, it doesn't matter if it's a grade movie or not.
No. He's always choosing movies with really good stories and really good scripts.
Yeah.
Right. He's okay. For example, big YouTubers always, right, when they grow to the top, they sort of choose a format and they stick to that format.
Right.
Right. They don't take risks, which is one of the biggest reasons why big YouTubers fail. Right. Will Smith. Oh boy, I hope Will Smith doesn't listen to this podcast and comments down below. How dare you bloody buggers. No. He tried new things, but he was very set on his formats. Right? A Will Smith movie has these particular things. He took risks, but very safe risks. A little too safe. Tom Cruise was taking those same kinds of risks, but a little riskier.
Right.
A little riskier. Edge of Tomorrow. I don't think it did well in the box office. Right?
Yeah.
But think about it. Edge of Tomorrow was a fantastic film.
It is.
Right?
It is. Yeah.
Like anyone who has actually seen Edge of Tomorrow will tell you that it's a great movie.
Yeah.
Right? So he does that and he adds value to that. Mission Impossible, even though it's a quote unquote commercial cinema.
Yeah.
Right? He does things in such a way that he brings something extremely new to the table.
Right.
Or at least he builds upon his previous work. Right. And some of it fails. He did that movie where he was a pilot, which he smuggles drugs.
Oh yeah. Oblivion?
No, not Oblivion.
The drug cartel one.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
That movie. Yeah, it was sort of weird. I don't know. I didn't like that. I don't even remember the story of that movie. I remember seeing it. It failed.
I watched it.
Yeah. It didn't do that well. But see, he took that thing.
Right.
He didn't work out.
Oh, okay, right. American Made.
American Made?
Yeah. American Made.
That's the name of the movie?
Yeah.
Right?
He's a right.
So you get the idea, right? So this guy takes risks and he also has a sustainable one series which he relies upon to sort of always get back to the top. This one thing that works, which is Mission Impossible.
True.
Right? And right now I think the next is going to be Top Gun if it works out.
Yeah.
Right? As a series. I think they tried another series, Mummy.
Right.
With Tom Cruise. Didn't work out.
Didn't work out.
Yeah. That guy fails more than he wins, but he works in such a way that it's sort of very admirable, and you see some of his work. He was also in that Martin Scorsese film, right?
I think that was American Made.
No. Then that wasn't American. What do you mean?
Oh no, okay.
That old New York film.
You mean? Wait.
I didn't see that movie. Even Daniel Day-Lewis was in that. Oh wait, that's Leonardo DiCaprio.
You mean Wolf of Wall Street?
No. Where did you see Daniel Day-Lewis in Wolf of Wall Street?
I don't even know who Daniel was.
Lincoln.
Gangs of New York.
Gangs of New York. See?
So much going
on. The Gangs of New York, it was Leonardo DiCaprio and Daniel Day-Lewis, not Tom Cruise. So yeah.
Okay.
Anyways. I think he did a film with Martin Scorsese.
Color of Money.
See?
What is going on? Shashi's like a cinema Wikipedia right here.
There you go. But no, you get that. The point is he takes these good risks and he also has these high things filmed. Right. The reason why I'm saying this, why did we even get here?
Because people take risks and they don't maintain what they want to do.
Yeah. Maintenance. You shouldn't maintain.
But I feel like here's what I think. The same example.
Yeah.
We felt like Tom Cruise was at his best, but obviously it's about where he wanted to get. And right now I feel like this is where he wanted to get because he kept growing. And after a point, he is kind of maintaining what he wants to do. Like now he's just
he'll take risks, man. I'm telling you. He's going to take risks. Dude, that guy is jumping movies and when he's 55 right now.
Those risks, yeah, sure.
Right? There are tons of old... He'll get into more artsy films as the career goes on, if he does it right. And I think, yeah, he's a clever guy. He'll definitely take the kind of things. Huh. But, yeah, what were you saying?
Yeah, but if you ask me, I feel like for the past few years, he's just been doing the same movies that he knows will work.
And that's because, COVID, right? We haven't seen a lot from him yet, right? Because he actually switches it up, with a small movie and a big movie and a small movie and a big movie.
Right.
So we're just talking about risks and things like that, right?
Right.
So, yeah, we need to actually reel it in. How many minutes are we in? We're just finally actually getting to the main podcast. 42 minutes and we're finally getting to the main podcast. So principle 1, go where the attention is.
Oh God, we're rolling back again.
Right? No, I'm all over the place, right? But I want to sort of slowly, just talk about all these things. Tom Cruise will stay on top. The reason why we got here is actually because we were talking about big YouTubers who were on their heyday and not anymore.
Yeah.
And not aiming for that is a good strategy. So that would be possibly like principle 2, maybe. Don't just focus on numbers. Pair your numbers with something that you actually like. Because what gets you the numbers like views, likes, and things will always change on YouTube.
Yeah.
Pranks was on its heyday 3, 4, 5 years back when Fuzi was on.
Right.
Vlogs had its heyday when Casey Neistat was on. Not anymore. Nobody watches vlogs anymore, right? Very few do, right? It's not as popular as it used to be. Right now, it's like 60-second shorts.
Yeah,
right? Or 60-second videos or small videos. I don't even watch any YouTube channel consistently these days.
Yeah,
right. It's like. Yeah,
it's just random videos from
random
people
videos.
Who are not even like YouTubers actually.
Yeah.
Now, most of the videos that I just see, it's like new faces.
Exactly.
Right?
Right? That is the thing. I think we're just discouraging people for the past 42 minutes. How to grow your YouTube channel. Don't. We'll get into it, but it's good to know these realities of the platform. It's just naively I'm going to jump in, build my channel and get it to 120,000 subscribers, work so hard and put a video you in front of the camera crying why you hate your job. That's a terrible place to be in. This bloody thing happens over and over and over again. It's so tiring for me. The amount in the past 10 years, the amount of YouTubers that I've seen who've put in the work, who've followed all the right strategies, who've been consistent, putting the good content, build their thing. They really focused on the numbers so much to the point where they got to the place that they want to get to, and then they're not fulfilled. They're not happy. Why do this if you're not happy? That is my question. If you want to do this, if you don't want to feel happy, if the numbers is a goal, go for it. No judgment right there. For me, why get to that point?
Right.
If you're not happy.
But I think it's kind of tricky though, because like we said, right, people come to like social media. Just you even thinking of posting something on social media means you are trying to make more people, or like you're trying to get attention.
Yeah.
So when it's a debate between what you like and what they like, I think it's a very tricky question. Like it's so hard to find the answer.
Yeah, that is always an issue. That is oh boy, that's a big issue. It's like trying to find a balance between what you like and what they like. But at the end of the day, what you should side for, you should go for what you like. Because if you just keep on siding with what they like, you should have an idea about what they like and slightly cater what you like towards what they like.
Right.
They just went there. but the thing, when you do that, you will actually enjoy the process a bit more, right? And when you enjoy the process a bit more, the end product is actually nice to watch.
Right.
If 70% of your work is just you making content for other people because it works, it's trendy, it's what people like, I think it's a strategy for failure, and you'll eventually burn out.
Right.
So many YouTubers, man.
Right.
So many. I see these videos of crying YouTubers like way too many times these days. It's like they get to 200, 300, even a million, some million, 2 million. Then they're like, man, I'm not happy anymore. I don't like the kind of content that I'm doing. I think it's a phase, right? Sometimes you like the content that you're doing right now, and in the future you won't. That is one reason. But I feel like most people have this underlying want which they don't address, which is just want to get famous. Just want to get famous, right? It's not wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm not making any kind of thing. But not addressing that and buttering that up with shiny, politically correct ways of saying, I'm going to put my work out there. I'm going to create content in order to inspire people. Yeah, stop that bull crap that you're trying to sell, right? It's just like, you just want to be famous. There's nothing wrong in that, right? But some people actually just want to inspire people. Right. Some people just want to put out great content.
Yeah.
I'm not saying those people don't exist, but I'm talking to the people who burn out after they get to the point where they get to, right? Because I used to be that person.
Right.
I used to be that person, and I'm just talking out of experience. That's it.
But but with everything that's like going on YouTube or like social media now, sometimes it genuinely feels like it really doesn't matter what you like.
Yeah, these days.
Like, do you feel that sometimes?
These days, yes.
Like, let's take your format of making videos sometimes. Okay, like you like making cinematic videos.
Yeah.
But then what's trending right now is 60 seconds. And obviously any filmmaker wouldn't like to just make a 60-second clip. Right?
Yeah.
So how do you like debate with around that? Like,
So that's a good question right there. But sort of to some, So we're sort of on the debating about the third principle, potentially the third principle that we could establish. We'll just keep on talking and we'll establish principles and we'll put time codes underneath.
Sure.
So we're talking about balancing what you like and what they like and what's working, what's trending, right?
Yeah. To be honest, just what's working. And whether you want to work for it. I really want to stress on that because I feel like, because people like calling themselves YouTubers, but it's like, that is a profession. That's like a job. You need to do that, right?
Yeah,
like, it's not just you posting videos. Like Emma Chamberlain, I'm looking at her videos. I can see she likes posting videos. Or like PewDiePie.
Yeah.
Now PewDiePie, it kind of makes sense to me. Now, I don't know if you've been following up. His videos don't even barely reach 2 million views. You know?
Yeah.
So like, he's at a point where he doesn't, he mentioned that if I stop posting, I can still like not work and I'm just fine. I'm just doing it because I like doing it.
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, that point, at that point, you can probably do that. But then if you're a YouTuber, you're doing it. Even when you have like 1 million subscribers, 2 million subscribers, that's like a profession. You're working on it. You're working for it. So is it okay for you to think, oh, this is not going with what I like? And just you know what? I'm just going to do what I like. Wouldn't that like affect your profession? It's like getting fired by a lot of people.
That is true. You know, my mind is saying that you should probably actually service other people. Which is good, which is a good thing to do. That's how you grow, right? Grow any business, grow any following. You be of service to other people. Make what they want, right? But you need to live in the world that you build.
Right.
You need to sleep in the bed that you make.
Yes. What
if that thing grows and you need to keep doing that? And man, it's horrible because you don't like it.
True.
So isn't it a better strategy to actually do what you like and make something that you're really passionate about making? Build a following. Try to build a following with that on the platform.
Right.
If it doesn't work, I think it's a good thing.
Why?
If it doesn't work, you've made the thing that you wanted to make and you've moved on.
Maybe just quit right there?
Yeah. No, not quit right there. It doesn't. It's two dichotomies, right? Or things at the end of it. It's either works or it doesn't work. It could be something in the middle. It sort of works.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
isn't it good to actually have something that sort of works, that you like, that makes you happy and fulfilled and meaningfully engaged, that you're sort of happy to go and make that thing that you want to make, right?
Right.
Rather than trying to sort of, maybe from there you can sort of play with certain variables which might make it reach more people. Right? That's marketing. Right?
Yeah.
You can sort of separate that.
True.
Making what you like, to market what you've made, you can find something that's more clickable, more binge-worthy. A lot of people watch it. A good example, I'll give you a very good example. There's this channel called What I've Learned. A couple knows it.
Yeah.
Right? So this guy shares these, videos. He makes these long 15, 20 minutes, sometimes even 40-minute videos on different kinds of healthy stuff. Right? Like the kind of food we eat, on sleep, on anxiety, and on depression, on the keto diet, on why people in Japan are so thin.
No.
Right? The reason why they're thin is they have very good vending machines over there, which actually gives you healthy food. Things like, eggs, boiled eggs, and sushi and rice. So like they don't have processed nachos and potatoes, right? They have like boiled eggs and vending machines. It's like, and it's tasty actually, apparently. So he makes videos like that.
Right.
You know what? So he only posts whenever, right? Very rarely.
Okay.
But what he does is he posts a video. Right now I'm noticing he posts a video, and then he's taking a very small particular topic from that video and making a short out of it, right?
Okay.
So that short is actually acting as a marketing tool for the main video,
which he likes.
Yeah, which he likes to make, right? That's a fantastic strategy, isn't it?
It is.
Right? Make what you like and market that with
what actually works. Right.
Wow.
We should, we should do that.
We should do that. See, this is why we're doing podcasts, because we like to clarify these things.
Yeah.
We don't know these things. So that is one. So I think isn't it good to actually
that actually
and also from personal experience, man, like whenever my channel worked is when I did things that I liked, that I was like passionate about. Passionate in the sense, passion not in the oh my god, I like this, not in the most undedicated way of passion, that raw emotion. It's like, sort of think of passion mixed with certain sense of integrity and discipline.
Right.
It's like, that's the difference between flirting with someone and marrying someone. Right? There are lots of flirtatious passions out there, not the marrying kind of passion. Right? You get the idea. Do you get the sentiment?
For the long run.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work.
Exactly. Right? So making something with that sort of integrated, disciplined, kind of meaningful engagement, something quote unquote passionate, right? The meaningful kind of passionate, right, is something that is actually better than trying to cater to your audience. Obviously, first, in this principle as well, right? We should. I think this video is more about the philosophy of YouTube,
right?
That's
a good title.
The philosophy of YouTube.
Yeah, the philosophy of YouTube.
The philosophy of a YouTube creator. I think that we should name it from.
We should name it that.
Name it that. Anyways, so that should be the thing. That should be the next thing. Making what you like is way better. Yeah. And we should also stop doing things. That's the social media trap. So I feel like, for example, our videos right now, these days, it's not doing as well as it used to be because I was inconsistent. Why was I inconsistent? Because I tried to actually do things that I didn't like. A lot of times. I should have made the right decision to be more patient and just stick it out in the long run, and just did things and videos that I actually liked. I did those videos, certain kinds of videos, how I found my art style, the creative bank account, the time I tried to be Spider-Man, one step at a time. I made a lot of videos that I liked. So, right? And then there are videos which I just did because,
because it works and you thought like people would watch it.
I never did that way too much. That's also a problem, which is this. If you're too inconsistent with even what you like, people fall off. So you need to be consistent in the long run, meaning not just on the years basis, on the multi-year basis. It's better for you to actually put out 6 videos per year that you like, that are good quality. You need to obviously package it in a certain way that it reaches many people, because you're just putting 6 videos. Right. And you should have something else going on the side, because if that's what you're depending on for earning, then you're screwed. We're not. So if you just put 6 videos for 3, 4, 5, 6 years that you liked, that's like 30 videos that's in the body of work that adds to your work, that is high of good quality, right? That's consistent, right? Rather than you just go on for like weekly for a few months,
right?
Daily for a few months, and then just nothing for like 7 months.
Our YouTube channel's try. Yeah, I get where that's coming from. Here's my question though: when you made videos that you know that you thought, okay, this is gonna work, but then not something that you liked, right? Not something that you wanted to do, but then you did it because you thought it would have a lot of people watch it.
So wait, phrase that again.
I'm pretty sure I didn't phrase that right. The videos that you didn't like, but then you did it just because a lot of people would watch it.
No, actually, I never. Okay.
You never did that?
Let me clarify that. I usually never did videos just because a lot of people would watch it. I always did videos because the kind of videos that I wanted to make took a lot of time.
Right.
Month, 2 months sometimes. Right? Like in the level of quality and the level of thing that I wanted to. And there was this want for maintaining relevancy, or else you'll just go out of thing. Right? And that forced me to actually, take some time off and just make a video in 2 or 3 days, which I'm not satisfied with. It brings in the views. It brings in the things.
Does that validation like make you feel like, oh, okay, this works too?
This works too, yeah. It works too. But it's not fulfilling.
Okay.
That is my personal thing though. Not everybody should follow that.
Right?
People should find their own thing that works. So these days what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to separate marketing, quote unquote, staying relevant. As a business, I need to market, right? Right. And I've got products. I've got things that I want to do. Right. Then as a business, I need to have certain sense of marketing built into my business. That's consistent. And what I'm also trying to do with marketing is I'm trying to do marketing in a way that I like, which is to teach, give out information. It's like, hey, here's how you do this, here's how you do that, and all that stuff, right? So, for example, for YouTube, like I was talking about today, we're going to move into a different format, so we're taking like 1 day out of a week to make a quote unquote YouTube video. Right, at least I take 1 day out of a week. You guys take more than that.
Yeah, come on, it's a long process.
but I've come to a point where we're able to make high quality videos in 1 day.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
a lot of which would take a lot of people like a couple of days. Right. So right now, we're gonna go for like 1 to 2 minute videos and 3 minute videos. Why? Not because it's the trend, because that's my consumption pattern right now. I'd actually watch an informative video that's just 1 to 2 minutes long rather than a 7-minute long video. I don't watch those things anymore. I don't watch drawn talks anymore. I think nobody makes them anymore, actually. That's interesting. I listen to podcasts, longer podcasts, and that is my consumption. So we're sort of adapting. We're like splitting marketing. Okay, marketing, this is what we're going to do. 2-minute YouTube videos. Making what we like. We have certain projects right after drawing camp, right? Which I was talking about this morning.
Yeah.
Right? All those things are interesting, right? That is something that we like.
Right. I think it's good to like track what you do in social media.
Yeah.
And just do that when you're trying to make something.
What do you mean?
Like, I kind of like the fact that you said, because I only watch like 2-minute videos now.
Yeah.
Or
track our personal consumption pattern.
We make like 12-minute videos. We should know that even we wouldn't watch that.
Watch it.
Because even we're watching just 2-minute videos.
Yeah.
When I every time I'm like trying to make a video, I'm like, okay, if I post like a really popular song, it would work. But then I'm like, but then I don't want to do that. I want to sing this song because I like this song.
Yeah.
And then I used to think like, but then I need to find a way to like market this to people who are listening to this song. You know, so like people who have the same, like we have like 8 billion people in this world. I just need to find
what?
like,
Really? 8?
yeah, right? Am I having?
We crossed 8?
I don't know.
That was
thought
last
it was
night. I'm pretty sure.
I think China caught up.
Yeah. So like I'm thinking like I just need to find like 100,000 people out of that who have the same taste as me. I think that's a good perspective to have.
Yeah,
don't you think?
Yeah.
So that's how I feel like, okay, I should do what I like.
Yeah.
But then I think we can do what we like if we're good at marketing.
Hey, another thing is, sure, right? But another thing is we need to really get deep down and ask ourselves honest questions as to actually the thing that we like is something that we like it because that's innate or something that is more learned.
As in like, this, I like this because of the way I grew up and there's a lot of history behind it.
Yeah.
That
Versus
goes with me
something that is popular. You like it because it's popular. Maybe you don't even know that internally. It's sort of in you and you don't know that internally. Right.
Differentiate between personal likings and actually just liking the video by itself. From a personal point of view.
No. It's sort of like taking your likes itself and categorizing into 2 sections, right? One is something that is more innate and self-learned, and something that is more societal and environmental based, meaning it's sort of taught to you versus this is sort of it grew from within. Doesn't mean one is better than the other. I'm not trying to sort of do that. So that's a completely different topic in a debate.
But I feel like the second one kind of works.
Which is
something that's just not preferred by you based on your personal likings. Am I getting you right? Are you saying like we should like differentiate between what I like? Like let's say I watch a video.
Right.
And I like that video. I think it's an amazing video. But I like it because of who I am as a person.
Right.
Like my humor sense.
Right.
My likings and all that. And then I watch another video. I really like that video just because the video is great.
What is the difference? I don't get it. If the first video you liked it because it's a good video, right?
It is a good video. And also, but then if you really think about it, it's because the humor sense that has goes along with the humor sense that I have. The things that were in the video is something
okay. The second video is just a great video.
It's just a great video and it had me engaging throughout.
Yeah, but it's not your strong point.
It's not something. It doesn't have all the subparts of like, it's because we relate on the humor sense or like the design aspects of it is like something that I like. But it's just a great video.
It's just a great video and you want to make something like that.
Yeah, and I feel like if we can differentiate between that.
I'm saying both are the same things.
How though?
Both are the same things because you like them because there are some innate things that attract you towards those 2 things. What I'm talking about is a third video.
Okay.
Right? Which is something that you like. You have traits within you that makes you like that video, but that traits came from learned behaviors that other people put in you. Okay. For example, some people keeps telling you that, you should do your content this way.
Okay.
You should always make this content this way. This, that. And you see a great video within that format that actually works because the creator has that combination of traits that makes that video work, but you can't because it's not working for you within that format. Right? That is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Right? That is the sort of like difference. Maybe you don't have to differentiate it. Anyways, let's not get too much into this. So make what you like. That would be the third principle then.
Are you want to fixate on that?
Yeah, make what you like. Why not? Make what you like and make sure that what you like adds to your work because you don't fall into the social media trap.
I thought we fixed on make what you like and promote it on what works.
Yeah, that's the second point to that. Yeah. Make what you like and promote it on what works. Right. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, think about it. Like, Martin Scorsese made The Irishman. And they may market it on Facebook ads, right? and you get press junkets and things like that.
Right.
So I think we need to sort of differentiate these days making and marketing. Sometimes making is marketing.
Yeah.
Right? You making it and putting it out there is marketing.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just good to make something separately and market that.
Right.
That is a good thing. That is a good thing. All right. So that is what? So yeah, social media trap is the next thing which I want to sort of talk about.
Oh, you want to talk about?
Yeah, we made a video, right?
True.
Just we'll talk about, you know what? Let's not talk about that.
Yeah. You guys should go watch the video.
Watch the video. Just don't do things for the number.
Right.
Numbers.
Yes.
I want to sort of take you through a couple of notes that I've made yesterday night after like having an epiphany. It's sort of like I was having an epiphany as to say, man, it's not the results, it's the process.
Okay.
It's not the results, it's the process. If you don't like the process, if you gotta keep maintaining that results, you ain't gonna like it. That is the thing. So I've written these things. So there's a couple of things to do with diets, actually.
Okay.
I was like always following these very strict things. And last night, it was like it all clicked. All my 6 to 7 months of work that I've put in the last 6-7 months, right? It all clicked in, and I came to this little thing, which is you got to make small changes over time. That's the lifestyle change. So this is what I've written. I think I should just share it somewhere.
Yeah, sure. Read it out.
It says this: it's not the end result, it's the process. The diet you build is something that needs to bring you the results. Don't go after the results. It's short term and short lived if you don't have a process that brings you the results that's sustainable. And I say keep and another thing, when people focus too much on the process, you know what they do? They lose the end vision. They don't have a goal. They're just going somewhere, but they're not going anywhere. Right?
Right.
So this is why this is a solution that I have to that. Have an engaging vision, really engaging vision that you want. Have an approximate goal or a fairly good goal, and build lifelong habits, mindsets, and lifestyles that helps you reach that goal.
Okay.
Right? I'm talking about diet these days. So diet is since you do that forever.
Right.
Creativity is slightly different. And then put this in bold. Enjoyable / engaging process is what you should focus on, not the results. Invest to grow, not to reap. Reaping is a symptom of growing. I don't know why I read that. I didn't even know this. I'm just like, these are like just random brain jumbles. Yeah, now we got to YouTube, because I just linked diet with YouTube. It's all the same thing.
That was your realization.
Yeah. YouTube is like waffles.
Oh my God.
It's like this. Likewise, same thing with the numbers on YouTube. Likewise, same thing with the numbers / work you do on YouTube. Build towards something that you would be proud of. Work, process, not the numbers. Don't focus on the numbers. Choose a process that's fulfilling, adds to your work, and something that you like to do. And like to do in the meaning, not like, I like to do, but more like meaningful engagement. I like to do is like, it's like, it's like an addicted, passionate person.
Oh, okay.
Just addicted towards the impulse of that feeling.
Got it.
Doesn't have the discipline to sort of follow it through. Meaningful engagement, on the other hand, is like you like it, but you're disciplined, you've got some integrity to follow that thing and stuff like that. So yeah, the results will be automatic. Choose a project and set it up to win. Don't be mediocre. Another thing, man, I'm listening to this book which I absolutely love, which is God, I forgot the name of the book. I'm listening to this book. It's by Bob Iger, right? The former Disney CEO, The Ride of a Lifetime. Okay. So he's talking about his experiences as a Disney CEO of the past 15 years. And I'm like seeing a lot of things. One, you're going to jump careers. He was first, he was some like a low level supervisor on ABC. Then he became this senior most executive on ABC. Then he became the CEO of Disney, right? All the films that you see these days, all Disney plus Hotstar. It's a big result of his work. And, all the Disney movies that you see. And people always sort of, just try to take a jab at most of the new Disney remakes.
Yeah.
Right?
All the, as in like Lion King?
Yeah, Lion King, right. All the live action remakes Aladdin. Of old Disney classics. Right? This guy is responsible for it, I'm assuming, right? Based on, if he's the CEO, yeah, obviously. Right? But I always thought of that as a very clever move, even though I prefer the old Lion King to the new Lion King.
Oh, okay.
I always thought of that as a really good move because he's actually future-proofing that work.
Right, yeah. That's right? What I thought, yeah.
Yeah, right? He's future-proofing Aladdin. He's future-proofing Beauty and the Beast. He's sort of, quote-unquote, slightly modernizing it, which I won't agree a lot of things the way it's being modernized, right? All the political stuff that they're trying to bring in, I wouldn't possibly agree with that, but it depends. It's debatable, but but I like the concept. They're sort of actually making it new and sort of future proofing it for the long haul.
Yeah.
Right. True. So that is sort of clever. Anyways, I was listening to this guy and he was always talking about innovation. He's like, you gotta push. You got to push for innovation. You got to stop being mediocre. Every single thing that you do, stop trying to maintain.
Right.
Right? Because there's something called entropy.
Oh, okay.
You heard of it before? Something called entropy. Wait,
no.
Entropy? E-N-T-R-O-P?
Yeah, entropy.
Okay.
American English, British English. Wait, I'm just Googling entropy. Right? What does it mean? Okay, a thermodynamic quantity representing lack of order or predictability, gradual decline into disorder. That's entropy.
Okay.
If you just maintain, you're just gradually maintaining to sort of decline. You're declining.
Of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the thing. So one thing which I'm learning is like, man, everything that you do, stop trying to maintain that thing. Try to actually innovate, make something new, push in the sense not too. So he was talking about he was working for a guy called Rain.
Okay.
On ABC Sports.
Okay.
He was under this guy. He's responsible for these action replays that you see on sports. These slow motion action replays.
Right. Yeah.
And he's responsible for why he was a big innovator in the space, apparently. He brought story into sports.
Oh, okay.
Right? He was one guy who was like, man, you gotta tell stories.
Right.
Or else there's no reason to watch sports. Right? So he was talking about this, and then that guy pushes people like to a point of burnout. Not to a point, beyond burnout, actually. Wow. And that's why this guy is like, Bob Iger, he's like, actually, I need to actually balance innovation with people. In the sense, I need to push to innovate. At the same time, I need to take people into account. Take their things into account and hope they don't sort of burn out and things like that. So anyways, innovation is a big thing.
So always like push yourself, like don't just maintain on the same path, but just keep going higher. Always aim for something higher.
Always aim for something higher. Then that's always a good thing, right?
It is a good thing, but I don't know. Usually when you say things, you're like, no, actually, like don't really stress a lot. Take like baby steps, just go slow.
Oh no! See, that is the thing. Let's say you're at point A. Z is the highest point you can ever go. A, B, C, D, A and Z.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Since you missed kindergarten, I thought I'd just give you like a crash course.
Classes.
No, think about it. No. The way I mean is this, right? A, you got Z. Z is the highest point that you can ever go. But don't go try to jump from A to Z. Baby steps means you got to go from A to B. Right?
But like we discussed, like if you're not obsessed with something, you're not gonna make it when like everything's so competitive now. So I feel like sometimes in the middle, you gotta like learn to like push yourself a little to a point where you feel like
You know, I think I've just done way too much of that, and maybe I'm just sort of overcompensating right now.
Right.
On the other side,
okay,
I've just pushed way too hard, and in the wrong. So I've had an obsession, but it's more of an unhealthy obsession. There's a right way to have an obsession. Actually, you gotta, like I told you, be a powerful driver. Right.
Yeah.
Don't be a reckless driver. So I had reckless obsession. There's a powerful obsession and reckless obsession. At least that's how I see it in my mind. Right. I'd say Elon Musk, powerful obsession, reckless obsession. Someone who failed. I don't know. You probably know him.
You have two in this room. No, we're just going. We're on our way.
So it's good to have obsession. I'm not sort of saying that you don't, right? Just gotta balance those things out. You know, it's like balance your time so that you don't burn out. Right. And it's clever to be in it for the long haul. Right?
I think, it must be.
It's clever to be long-term investor because compound effect is a very powerful tool that you can sort of use.
You know what I've wondered? I mean, I think you still didn't finish watching Forrest Gump, did you?
Nah.
You finished watching?
No, I haven't actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm just at the point where...
Well, spoilers.
All right, go ahead.
The thing is, when I watched that movie, right, I was thinking, so that this guy... He does so many different things in his lifetime.
Right.
All the things. He goes on a marathon. He buys Apple. He does so many different things.
He buys Apple?
As in he buys stocks, and then later the fruit company just, launches itself, and he's like, oh my God, and he's in the army. He becomes this table tennis champion and all that. Right. So here's my thought, just a thought. I don't know if it's right or wrong. What if you obsess over something like a lot, and then like when you go on top, right? Obviously, like we discussed, like you like, okay, this is where I need to stop. Rather than maintain it down to the graveyard, right? I stop when it goes to the highest point, and then I obsess on something else, and then I do so many different things. Why just one profession and just? I'm just thinking.
I don't think most people have one profession or career or anything.
I feel like most people would be entitled to one thing though.
What?
Like if I say, so Kesh, what do you do?
I'm an artist.
Right?
Teacher.
So I'm saying, what if like in 5 years you don't have that tag on you?
Yeah, it's very possible.
Right? I'm just saying.
I know that. I know it will happen.
Right. Because with everything that's changing on like social media and everything that's like constantly changing, now I'm thinking like, okay, maybe rather than taking baby steps and slowly going, I can just put all my work in there, do it till it works, and then completely stop and then do something else and start from bottom.
No, you're mistaking baby steps with going slow.
Isn't it the same thing?
No. Baby steps is making progress.
Yeah, going slow, but obviously, making progress.
Baby steps is a tool that you use to get you started.
And then, once you start.
And then you go beyond that. Today I took the baby step of doing one pull-up. Then I did the entire workout which I need to do.
Right.
That's baby steps. First I did one pull-up. And then I played the video. Then I did the first warm-up. Then I did the second one. Then I did the first exercise. I thought I'll just do 3 sets. Then I did 4 sets. And I thought I'll stop with the second exercise, but I did 4 sets. I thought I'll just do 2 sets of the third exercise, but I did 3. Then the 4th exercise just stop at 3. Yeah,
true.
Yeah, and it finished the entire thing.
Yeah, but then what I was trying to say is more related to everything that you did is like baby steps. That's under the process of workout. Yeah, I'm talking about different compartments, different things
that you can passions try. And things.
Yes. Different going professions, like completely different.
See. Okay, you're mistaking taking steps, baby steps, or large steps, or whatever. What you're saying is, I should always take large steps.
No.
Yeah, that's what you actually mean by when you say I want to go all out on that thing. Yeah, I want to go all out and do every possible thing in that. See, I'm not saying going all out on something. All out is good mentality. I'm more of that all in kind of guy, right? I pick something, I'm like all into that thing, right? So the thing is, you don't always get the chance to actually make large steps. And when you don't make large steps, or when you don't have the consistent chance of making large steps, you know what you do? You don't even take the smallest step. You procrastinate, because your tendency to always want to take large steps stops you from even making small steps. Example, a lot of my friends want to be filmmakers.
Right.
Right? None of them are.
Or taking the steps to do it.
Huh?
True. But none of them are taking the steps to do it.
They all want to make feature films.
Right. But you're talking about the beginning stages of that process. I'm talking about... No. I'm talking about what happens when it comes to a point where you start maintaining things.
What happens after a point you're maintaining
to things? A point where you've reached your milestone.
Yeah. Drop it. I don't care.
Right. Or is that a good thing to do? That's my question.
It's not good or bad. There's no ethical question to it. Really, it's not good or bad. It's your decision.
Yeah, but then you start from 0 on something else.
Yeah, that's the point.
That's fine.
That's life.
Well, that will be the end of the podcast.
I'll tell you that example, which yeah, okay, maybe I got the question wrong or something. I don't know. But the thing is, right, a lot of my friends wanted to be filmmakers. I still know people, right? Some of my friends who I do care about, right? And they wanted to be filmmakers. They wanted to do this. They were so fixated on that large step of making the film. They never started. What I did was, I'm going to take baby step. What? I want to learn the camera. I'm going to make a video. I'm going to make more videos. I'm going to learn the skill. I'm going to learn cinematography. I'm going to learn lighting. I'm going to learn editing. I want to build a team. I want to make sure I have enough money to so that I don't go broke when I'm making films. Baby steps. Right. This is what I mean by baby steps.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah. So the point is, while that other guy was so busy still thinking about making that large step, I've built myself up to a point where I'm like I've made so many baby steps, and I've come here and I'm able to actually take their step that's large for them, which is very small for me right now, because I was just gumping along the way all these years. Right now it's a small step for me. Right. But I'll give you another example where I've failed. I've always tried to take large steps in my fitness. Go all in. Go do this, go do that, blah, 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 this diet, that diet, blah, 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 blah. I ended up with eating disorders. Binge eating here and there, right? You know, the guys who started way later than me just took baby steps. I'm going to go to the gym today. I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow. I'm going to first change my breakfast. I'm going to add vitamins to my lunch.
Right.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Little things here and there. They're like, right now, they've made a proper lifestyle change that they're sustaining, that sticks and that works, and they're far better off than I was.
Right.
So I have two examples within me where one I've succeeded, one I failed because I was impatient.
Right.
Obsessed in the wrong way. And they were obsessed in the right way. I don't even know what's right and what's wrong, but just saying. Now to the topic of the podcast, how to grow your YouTube channel. This podcast was supposed to be how to grow your YouTube channel. We'll talk. We were talking about that, weren't we?
We are, yeah. Obviously.
Maybe we should just call this podcast the philosophy of YouTube
we discussed,
creators.
The philosophy of YouTube.
Maybe we should say how to grow your thing. No, I think how to grow your thing. Here are the points. You want the points? Or not?
Yeah. But before that, I would actually say this, right?
Yeah.
Just one thing. I was
we can talk more if you want. I don't mind this going a longer podcast. You want to grab something to drink?
None.
Got water?
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I was telling you about this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when it comes to, I was just listening to something about like being creative, right? they were talking about the creative block and all that.
Yeah.
And I noticed that, someone said, when you sit in front of a blank paper and you're like, okay, let's get creative. You can never do that. Like it's not going to come out. Or like when I'm sitting and I'm trying to write a song, I can't. A creative person, like his perspective or his mindset would be like, he would have been creative from the moment he woke up.
What?
He would have been creative from the moment he woke up. Like from the moment he woke up, like anything that he did would have been creative. Anything that he saw he would have seen it in a very creative perspective. Possible. anything, the way he texts, the way he talks to people, everything will have a very creative aspect to it. Yeah. That's when you sit down in front of a blank paper, he just does something that becomes creative. It's just creative. Like you don't try to be creative.
Creativity is a habit.
Exactly.
Yeah, and identity.
Right. So
you use everything differently.
That perspective really helped me. And the thing is, I was watching this video with a bunch of other people as well. I'm not going to mention. And they didn't get that point like as much as I did. Like even when they were talking, I'm pretty sure if you listen to that,
I get it.
If you listen to that, it's not as detailed as I'm explaining it right now.
Right.
They're just talking. But the thing is, I'm always trying to grasp something that would like help me and like help me get more creative, that I can actually see that. So I can actually be like, oh, this is helpful. And I see that both my friends were just bored when they were like listening to that. So I'm like, when we're talking about like, oh, is this helpful for YouTube? It's more like if you really want to be good on YouTube, right? Anything we speak about or anything like anybody talks about, right? You're always going to get something out of it.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Okay.
That's like
they'll get something out of this podcast then.
True. Yeah. I mean, not just this podcast. Like, that's like another tip is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
If you want to be good on something, you're always going to absorb things even out of anybody who's even not on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
They're going to help you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That just reminded me of something, which is, I don't know why it reminded me of that. One of the biggest mistakes that I've ever made on YouTube in my career.
Yeah.
I'm not asking people to not think big, or I'm not asking myself to not think big or have a big vision when I say take baby steps and take small things. What I'm trying to say is there are two kinds of people who think big. The first kind of person is just living in a fantasy land. He just thinks big. He just wants big things. He's got a big vision. But since he doesn't know what's the reality of actually executing that vision, he's just, on day one, when he takes the first step, he's like, damn, this is just hard. I'm just going to quit. Right? The unrealistic big thinkers. And then there are the realistic big thinkers who actually know the ups and downs and obstacles that lie in real life. There is an actuality to when they're thinking big, right? Yeah. Meaning they think big, they have a huge vision, but they know the work that's going to take them, sort of. Obviously, sometimes it's larger than it is, but they have an idea, right? Sure. They have an idea, and then they take steps towards that. They face problems, they face it, and then they move on. They do this. The two kinds of thinking, right? So when I say take baby steps, what I mean by is the smallest individual unit is what makes up the biggest thing. Us creative people have certain kinds of cognitive tendencies which actually lets us or stops us from doing the work. And a key way to sort of rectify that is by actually trying to think small in terms of action that you need to take. Think big. Start acting small.
Right.
Because regardless of like what I told you, right? If you want to get from A to Z, you got to go through B, C, and D, and E, F, right? There's no skipping those things. Right? And creative folks, the unrealistic big thinker always thinks from how can I go from A to Z? I'm like, you want to go from here to there, you got to take a step here first. Right? You can't just jump from here and there unless you have a special apparatus that makes you fly or Superman, right? So that is the thing that I'm sort of trying to say. Yeah. So YouTube tips. Should we go into that? I don't know.
I think we were into that all this time.
Yeah, there are more. Maybe it should be a 2-part podcast. Maybe, I don't know.
Oh. That would be fun.
Yeah, like tips to grow on YouTube more. This could be like the philosophy of YouTube, and the next one could be more actuality of YouTube. Then the third one is going to be the reality of YouTube.
And it's just us just sitting like,
holy crap. So, what do you think, Kapil? What were your thoughts? Did we?
Yeah, I think the point that you made where
No. In overall, in general, for the podcast, did we just cover? Did we?
like you said, you weren't covering the actuality of YouTube. I don't think so. But the philosophical part of it was pretty spot on, because I really like the point where you said the channel, what I've learned. He does videos. He does what he likes.
Okay.
But he caters it to people in such a way.
Right.
You know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So that point really made sense to me, because I'm actually planning on trying to start doing that.
Okay.
So, anything that I said that made sense?
Not really. No, I was kidding. To the point that you mentioned the last tip.
2 hours that I was trying to make slowly.
The point where you said a creative person starts thinking creative from the point he wakes up. That
actually really helped
that is
me.
good. I mean, that is good.
Yeah.
It also makes me thinking, if you think creatively everywhere, you're just gonna.
No, that's the point.
You don't try. That's the thing.
Person doesn't try to think
person
creative.
doesn't
You
try.
make it into
He
a
just
habit.
Is.
It's an identity.
It's just it's just how you are.
There's an old Parthivan joke.
Yeah. What is it?
சாப்பிடுறதும் வாயால சாப்பிடு.
I'm not adding subtitles to that, by the way. I'm telling you right now.
I thought the person was being creative right there. He needs to be creative with the way he eats as well, man. Come on.
Maybe the food will look great. You know what? Let's just not.
All right, that is the thing. Then. That is the problem I was trying to sort of point out with that. Yeah, you got to balance out creativity. I think I think so too, because you need order and chaos, and creativity is mostly chaos. If you don't have order, it's just going to be like one of those, wacko creators. What do you? They're just like they're like crazy.
Right, I get it. The way I took it was, it's not, we should probably stop being like, I'll try doing something creative now.
Yeah.
Just do something and
Context.
it'll be creative if you're creative enough.
Right.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that I always try to do is like ask myself, how can I do this differently? Right?
Yeah.
Like something like that.
Yeah. Sure.
So that could be my creative thing, right?
Yeah.
But I don't do that with eating.
That's the thing. That's like nobody does it. That's the thing. That's like your thing. You always ask, how can I do this different? Right? That's not you trying to be creative. That's just you.
Yeah.
So why? Like, why do you do that?
Thought you want to be creative. I was creative by adding that joke in. See, I did it differently. So that is it. So maybe so this was the philosophy of the YouTube thing. We were just talking about YouTube, right? In the next podcast, we'll get to some practical points as to how to grow your YouTube channel. Yeah. So this was like principles.
Yeah.
I don't even think we covered all the principles that needs to be covered.
Go where the attention principles when we started. It just came in.
I think we should summarize all the things that you talked about in 5 points.
So where do we start?
Principle number 1, right? Principle number 1, go where the attention is.
Yes. Oh, wow.
Right?
You remember?
Second one, I forgot the second one though. Okay. We're talking about a lot of things. What were we talking about?
So maybe, check out the description.
Check out the description. I don't remember. The third principle is do what you like.
Yes.
And, find a balance between do what you like and what other people like. But at the same time, you can also use the strategy, do what you like and do what's working in popularity to use it to market your work. Yes. Right? Yeah. Third one, what were we talking about?
Handle obsession the right way.
Handle obsession the right way, yeah.
Where you need to go fast, where you need to slow down and maintain and
Right. Push yourself. Take baby steps.
And there's also like a 40-minute part of Tom Cruise that you guys need to.
that was because that was this principle. Don't focus on the numbers because it will go. All the big YouTubers that I've seen, they go.
Right.
Man, if Mr. Beast, I'm going to predict it right here. I'm not going to predict anything. Mr. Beast will be a completely different beast in like 5 years from now. Not in terms of YouTube. He won't be making the same thing that he's making today.
5 years.
5 years. We'll see. I might be wrong. Cool if we were. I'm not trying to play a game of like right or wrong. That's my initial assessment at the moment. It's just like Mr. Beast. He's the quote unquote biggest YouTuber. That is the thing. He's the biggest YouTuber, but I don't even watch his videos. I don't even like to watch his videos. It's not like a attack against Mr. Beast. It's not my thing. I don't think Mr. Beast will be coming and watching my drawing tutorial videos. It's not his thing. Yeah. So, but yeah, don't go after the big guys. I think it's a myth. Right? It's just he's big to only a few people.
Right.
I don't know. For me, you know who's big at the moment?
Yeah.
Colin and Samir. Yeah, I like their content. Like what they're doing, right? I like what they're doing. So that's big for me. Right. Like I hold them in like high regards. Right? Not that I don't hold Mr. Beast in high regards. I really admire that guy. I tell you that the work ethic, insane. Right? So, but yeah. I don't think someone puts you in high regard somewhere.
I've always wanted to, I've always looked up to PewDiePie.
Questionable, huh? I don't think so.
Yeah. Not really.
Oh boy. All right.
It did make me feel good the other day. I went into this live, right? And then this guy just stopped singing and he was like, Praveen, thank you for watching me. And I felt so good.
He holds you in high regard.
I stayed the entire live. I didn't even know the songs he was singing. I just stayed. Made him feel good.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. So that is, that's some principle. Don't focus on the numbers. Don't focus on all these things. Big people may come, big people may go. And you need to keep on living. So do your thing, do what you like. That is the idea. Sometimes it might work, sometimes it won't. And we'll get into like specific strategies in the next podcast.
Yes.
Part. So that is it, folks. Thanks for listening to this wonderful episode of I was going to say drawing camp. Wonderful episode of the Skeshbook podcast. This is one big rant. I'll see you in the next one. In part 2, where we will talk about specific strategies as to how to go to YouTube and what we are going to be doing. We're not tutorial. We're no experts. We're just a bunch of people just trying to figure things out, which we'll talk about in the next episode.
Yes, go check out Drawing Camp. And
yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.